Hello, how is it going, guys? Welcome back to another stream. Hope so, the same thing. This stream will be also as perfect as we just discussed some coins in recent webinar. So I think so. I hope that will be also perfect. And if you guys have any other coins, just drop it out. I will also analyze that shit for you guys. No problem for me. Okay. So recently we just discussed Dodge when price was all around over here when we were some in a loss in the live webinar. We just discussed that Dodge has some a lot of potential for longs, and we were just targeting the longs since whenever price was over here from here. So it's a good example for you guys that same thing replicating the same thing again and again, that if the market is bullish, what you have to do, you have to go for longs rather than for forcing the shorts. And whenever some short present itself, just avoid the market for a while, and whenever the structure bullish again, then keep going the long. And it's since a week we just discussed Dodge in our every webinar, that whenever Dodge from here, we discussed that we are just kind of going for longs over here. Whenever Dodge was kind of over here, we discussed, or over here I think so, that it's kind of long. And whenever Dodge was over here, we just discussed again that we are just going to target the longs. Okay, the same thing is again and again happening and replicating the by the markets. Now we just discussed in our recent webinar, from here we are targeting the highs over here, so we'll discuss Dodge in this webinar again, no problem for me. And we just secure 2.5 hour on this one, that's very perfect. And then we just discussed XRP for you guys, that we are just kind of going for longs XRP. I think so. DSK was willing for XRP. That's why we just discussed about XRP whenever price were over here. And my recent webinar, whenever price came again over here, we discussed for longs. And you can clearly see that the same thing is happening again and again. It's not fine for you that you will win 100% all the time. It's fine because some webinars were kind of dark. Also, we just stopped a bit in some markets, but these weeks are really perfect. So you can clearly see over here we just secured some a lot of monies on XRP, secured 2.7 hour over here. So you can clearly see that we just secured 2.5 hour on Dodge and 2.7 hour on XRP in our recent webinars, right? So it's kind of perfect and it's really good. Then we discussed gas for you guys. Recently we discussed gas, that we are willing for the longs. TB number one was kind of over here. We just discussed gas for longs. You can clearly see over here we secured an hour on this guy. That's also perfectly fine. We'll discuss on the new moves for gas, what's going on newly. So we'll discuss that one. Okay, and then we just discussed Matic, I think so, or Matic you can call it. Matic, we just discussed about the longs. You can clearly see over here whenever the structure is bullish, but we are going for longs. What's the reason behind this? We are targeting the longs in kinda in a some time frame whenever it's short. So the same thing, it's kinda same thing. We will just discuss these concepts in our mentorship. So anyone who wants to join it, so perfect for them. So we'll discuss what's the reason that we are willing for longs. Okay, so you can clearly see over here whenever the shit tons of people are kind of short the market, but we were all the way short from here. Whenever price was over here, it just dropped to a sky, to a face of the earth. And then whenever we are bullish on that shit, you can clearly see over here it's just skyrocketing. Okay, so we'll discuss the what's the technical and what's the reason behind it. Okay, so then we just discussed STG in my previous updates. You can clearly see over here we just made some good money on STG, secured 1.5 hour on this guy. Okay, so it's kind of fine. These were some markets. Then we just discussed Bitcoin, that we were willing for a target of 4 hour for target of 40k. Going clearly over here, price again did not mitigate my entry and ran away. So we'll discuss this shit also in this webinar. Okay, then we just discussed KSM. I think so it's not that much good, but still in my in a positive R. You can clearly see over here it's kind of in a positive. So we'll discuss this shit also in this webinar. Okay, so if you guys have some other markets. Hey, how are you, Hassan? DX5, okay, I will analyze. LTC, yeah, okay, I will analyze for you. LTC Cyber, I will analyze for you guys, no problem. Okay, so these were some markets we just discussed in our recent webinars. Almost it ran perfectly. We just secured amazing money on that shit. Okay, so first of all, I'm analyzing Bitcoin, and then we'll analyze your coins. Okay, So stay tuned, Hassan, online business and brave man. Okay, 1000 pp, yeah, why not? Boom, will analyze it. Stay tuned. So recently we just discussed Bitcoin, that we are just willing for the entries at the zone of this one. But I just clearly told you guys over here that market is not short. I'm not gonna short the market, and you can clearly see over here, whenever something is not present for you, you have to be on the sidelines. And it was kind of also weekend, so most of the traders were kind of absent. You can clearly see over here, if something does not present itself, something does not get to your entry, so that's fine, because it's kind of millions of other markets are there where you can make a lot of money. Okay, so that's why it's not necessary that you have to stick with one market. Okay, so stick with the bias. If the market presents itself its bias really perfect, so go with it, otherwise just skip it. Okay, so recently we just discussed, whenever price was all the way at the level of 25 to 26k, we just discussed for this stage, we just discussed for the stage 2, and price is just in a stage 2 now. Okay, so according to 3 time frame, you can clearly see over here you have quite good bullish pushes, number one, number second, and we are still willing for the longs. Okay, over here you can clearly see over here, whenever price was over here, I just told you guys that we are just willing for the longs, and you can clearly see the result is in front of you. So it's a good better punishment for those who want to short the long market. Okay, so if the market does not present self long, so avoid it whenever it's presenting a bit short in a long market. So whenever it again presents up for long, just get in room charts again. Okay, so according to 1 day time frame, we just shifted first and second over here, and recently the same some good stuff happened, that we just shift for 3, kind of overextended. But one time frame do not depend our does not just kind of decide our overextension. Okay, so we have to collapse some time frames. According to 12-hour time frame, you can clearly see over here, we have kind of good bullish push from here first. Second, you can clearly see over here, we just mitigate this one, and we just ran upside for third. And it's kind of what we call it a cluster. It's a kind of cluster. So someone knows what's a cluster, good for him, otherwise I will teach you in upcoming videos. Okay, so over here we got second push, we made a cluster, and then we made a third push. Right over here, still the structure is bullish with a cluster, so it means that we are willing for the longs rather than following the shorts. Right, so according to 4-hour time frame, let me get rid of these shits, so the charts will be quite clean. Okay, so according to 4-hour time frame, just count the dbs you will be in a game. Okay, so according to 4-hour time frame, you can see over here, we just break the structure first, second time, and then price move for third. I was still long, no problem to me, third, and then we just shifted for long with the fourth shift. Okay, so shift 4 shifts with a cluster, so it means that we are still willing for longs rather than following the short. So same thing, still my low is this one, and my high is kinda this shit. Okay, so it means that we are willing for the longs. Fine, not a big deal with this one. According to 1-hour time frame, let's see what's going on 1-hour time frame. According to 1-hour time frame, we have a quite good bullish push, number one over here, second push, or you can argue with this one, second, we just moved 1 second again. So it's kind of depend upon you that you will go with this guy or this one. Both are fine, not a big deal for you guys. We have a quite good first bullish push. Let's make this one as a second, third, 3 shifts with the long. So kind of overextended for me. It means that my recent webinar is still workable and still have a lot of potential for long. Okay, so same thing for now. Bitcoin overall long for targeting the highs, but from here you have to take entry if you want to trade Bitcoin. But overall I'm a long, so I'm in a long, means kind of long makes sense. But from here, same thing, the same webinar update is moving perfectly fine. Its entry is kind of at the level of 37,970, and stop loss makes sense at the level of 37,200, and TP 38,000, and second TP on the level of 40,000. Okay, so that was kind of Bitcoin, means TP number one makes sense, level 38,800. Okay, so same thing, I'm targeting the highs, not shorting it, still waiting for longs to present. Right, so that was Bitcoin overall long makes sense. Solana, why not? Okay, yeah, we'll move towards these shits. Okay, so Hassan, I will analyze for you in a while. Just stay tuned with me, and all the guys just stay tuned with me. I will analyze for you guys. Okay, so let's analyze Dodge because it's kind of good and the market presents are good. So why not to analyze it? Okay, so according to high time frames, we were kind of bullish on that shit. We are just willing for kinda. You have a quite good boss number one from here, and you have a quite good. Let me see. Let's make again a bias because it's kind of necessary. Okay, uh this like this makes sense, and take it up over here. We just break the structure over here. You can clearly see over here. Okay, so that was not a first break of structure. Kind of this was a first break of structure, second break of structure, third break of structure, fourth break of structure over here. Kind of makes sense. First, second, third, fourth, fifth dbs, but all the ways you can clearly see the previous ones were clustered like this one. The previous ones were clustered, so it means that we need a big bang move again. Okay, so still along makes sense to me. 5 db we are waiting for the sixth one also, and you can clearly see over here what the beauty that perfectly just lined with this guy and printed a lot of liquidity. What it means that institutions want to trap a lot of retails from here, and we need still some time frame or some zone for longs, right? So I'm still waiting for the longs to get clear the highs like this one. Okay, so you can clearly see over here the same thing is happening again and again. And according to 12-hour time frame, uh let's see over here what's happening on 12-hour time frame. This was kind of low, or I think so. Let me see over here. I think so this was kind of high or low. Yeah. Same thing, nothing. Same thing happens. Yeah, over here we have quite good break of structure downside, and same thing. Yeah, same thing, nothing cool. We are good with the counts, no problem. According to 12-hour time frame, we just shifted bullish over here. First, second, third, fourth. You can clearly see the previous bunch of them were cluster. It means that we need a bullish push. Okay, so same thing. I'm waiting for the longs, right? Because why not to follow the long if the structure is bullish, right? So according to now, you have a quite good break of structure, I think so over here as a reaccumulation. Again, we just move first, we just move second, third, fourth, 4 dbs, and then fail to move for 5 over here. You can clearly see over here. That's kind of good, not bad. You can clearly see over here the last ones are cluster like this one's a cluster, and over here you can clearly see over here we have a first cluster, second push, then we got third push, fourth push over here. It's all the cluster, and still price mitigating my demands. Okay, so it means that we are willing for the longs again. Be ready for another long. Whenever whether some shits are shorting it, that's fine, and we might ruin us, that's perfectly fine, but we are just willing for targeting this high. Okay, because shit tons of liquidity clouds are printing over here, and we are willing for the liquidation of these highs. So we have a quite good low and quite good high prices in a demand. This is kind of normal demand zone, but I would like to go with fractalized SND like this, like this. Makes sense. This is kind of good fractalized SND prices mitigating your demand. So longs make sense, not bad deal with the longs. Same thing, I'm going for longs. Okay, so long makes sense, and I think so this time it might liquidate this low first, and then from here it might go up because institutions are just trapping some dodge shorters who wants to short this high, and to get themselves cleared more, they might liquidate this low, but still I will be long because why not? Structure is bullish. You can take it at a, you have to save yourself a bit down. Why? Because it might came at this 2.0. Yeah, all mitigating, that's good, and we can make it like this. And long makes sense to me for longs. Yeah, long sense to me for longs, right? So makes sense. 2 hour scalp makes sense because it's got a 4 hour time, 4 hour, why not? And makes sense for longs. Entry at the level of kind of same thing, we're just in a zone where we have to enter. like this, and TP number one at the level of this one, make it an R because we have to make a small scalps from a market and pull up some money from market. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. TP at the levels of uh 8579, stop loss at level of 8218, entry 8394, and TP2 at the level of 8764. Okay, and you can take a DCA also of the liquidation on this one because real money will be from here if price came over here, but overall makes sense to me. But you can take a DCA over here also. Okay, DCAs don't make sense at the level of 0.829. Okay, so this one makes sense. Dogecoin, I'm still willing for the longs to get cleared, right? Bro, gas, yeah, why not? I will analyze gas for you, no problem. LUNC, yeah. Audi, yeah. You, okay. Bro, any spot calls scalping to a right profitable. Spot call, you can take Dodge as a spot also, but it's kind of stop loss is 2%, so be careful with that. Spot call, yeah, I will show a spot call also, no problem over there. So first of all, I will analyze your coins after another update. I think so we should analyze kind atom if it's good or not, because uh, okay, first of all, let's move for your coins, then we'll move towards my other. Okay, so first of all, Hassan, because he was first, kinda, hey, how are you? DXY, DYDX or DXY. So these are other D. Okay, we just discussed also. I think so. Doctor analyzed this guy as a this one for him, but I will get rid of this guy for now because yeah, why not? We have to make our analysis because that's kind of fine. All traders have their own other mindsets, so let's see what's going on. Overall bearish, so kind of market is kind of bearish. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 dBs with the cluster. Okay, so cluster, it's so be careful with the cluster, but at the same time I'm seeing accumulation over here. So over here bunch of times price just mitigate upside downside upside downside. So yeah, this is kind of accumulation. For longs are fine then, not a big deal because it's kind of high time frame, 5 dBs with a cluster, but lower time frame is accumulation, accumulating again and again. So we can argue for the longs, right? Price mitigated, the S&D moved up, perfect. It just mitigate again upside like this. Okay, second DBs, but last one was a cluster also, so we have to be careful with that shit. According to 12-hour time frame, you can clearly see over here we have kind of just trace this guy from here. Yeah, first DB over here kind of makes sense. Yeah, first, second, nothing cool, not nothing over here, and then price for third. Okay, so yeah, it's perfectly fine. Divide dx is same thing, kind of same as bnb. I will analyze bnb also, no problem. So you over here you have clearly see over here we have 3 dbs. Last one we just failed to move upside. It means that there we got a S&D called a liquidity 5%. We'll teach you guys in upcoming videos whenever we got a chance. So long makes sense, but it's 15% non-leverage. So let's see. Okay, so according to this one, you can clearly see over here we have bunch of dBs. Let's count it from here. First dB was that shit, second was this guy, third and fourth dBs. Last one was kind of cluster because there's no entry, so cluster makes sense. Longs are fine, so it according to 12-hour time frame the long makes sense, and it's kind of this one. And for you also was there, it's kind of spot call, but it's kind of 17%, 15% non-leverage stop loss. Okay, so you can buy it with the spot also, because we have to give some spot calls also, no problem with this one. Long makes sense. And if you want to take a DC, or you can take a DC zone, you can clearly see over here it's a 15% stop loss, or you can, yeah, it's a kind of 15% stop loss non-leverage, remember guys. Okay, so you can go with kind of 2x leverage also only, because it will be 30% loss. and just manage your risk accordingly. We just discussed the risk management. You can watch our videos on that one. Okay, so long makes sense on a DYDX, but it's kind of spot call also, or kind of swing one. So for the scalpers, this is not for scalpers. Long makes sense. TP number one, make it an R, because for a swing trader we can take it like this. Makes sense. So take an entry level of 3.314. Overall long makes sense to me. Okay, but my stop loss is kind of big in this one. Hands down, it's real. So why not? 3.13116 DC zone, a stop loss level of 2.816, and TP number one level of 3.881, and TP2 a level of 4.377. Okay, so a spot call also for you guys, no problem, or swing trade also. Right, so Hassan, that was DYDX, and for you Uzair also, it's a kind of spot call, so you can go with it. Any trade be invisible, yeah, why not? We just discussed Dodge for you, long makes sense, Bitcoin long makes sense, DYDX long makes sense, you can do it. Doc is a goat, yeah bro. Dr. Crypto, thanks bro, why not bro, yours welcome. So Litecoin, let's see. LIT USDT, or it's a thing, so it's a LTC. Yeah, it's kind of Litecoin, you can clearly see over here. So according what's going on this one, we just discussed it really earlier, I think so. Let's get rid of all the fun stuff. 1 2 3 reaccumulation, kinda according to I think so, according to the 2 week time frame. Yeah, you can clearly see over here you have a quite good first break of structure, and price is mitigating the demand, so it's moving up, it's good for longs according to 2 week time frame. So let's see what's going on lower time frame, like 1 week. In a reaccumulation zone, kinda first, second, third, the last one was not a cluster also, so it means that we are willing for the liquidation of the highs. Okay, what's going on three time frame, let's see. According to 3 time frame, same thing happens again and again, nothing cool. Yeah, first, second, third DB, but the last one will cluster according to this time frame. Does not matter to me, that's fine. Kinda accumulation, but last one was kinda down one over here like this. It means that from here to here we are just stuck in the zones. It means that not any time frame is presenting itself long to it. Yeah, 4 hour. Let's double check this. Okay, yeah, all the time frames are bearish still. Okay, so that's why we have to avoid this market, because all time frames are bearish, and you can clearly see over here from 20 August after to this guy till 3 December, it's kind of a fake structure. So it does not make sense to me. I will just skip this Litecoin and will move on, right? So it does not make sense to me. Online business, cyber, yeah, okay. Yeah bro, yours welcome, always, anytime G. Dodge profit again, I'm long on it, so you guys, Abhishek, you can also go with that guy. I'll not a big deal with that one. Okay, you can also. Shall we short Bitcoin or long? Bro, I just discussed any trade. Yeah, we just yeah, yes, APE ARB near, I will analyze, no problem. Okay, so we just discussed Bitcoin, this one. I'm not going for overall short for now, but it's kinda entries on this one. Okay, so overall I'm long, but I'm not shorting the market. Okay, so we just discussed again and again that we never short the long market, so we just skip it. Okay, so yeah, that was your good question. Okay, so first for cyber, let's see what's going on cyber. Okay, kinda first moved up. You can clearly see over here the whenever the coin launch, so their future is kinda undecidable. Okay, so you can clearly see over here till that days in a week price was bearish, but 2 candles or 2 days just made it really bullish. Okay, so that's why it's kind of newborn babies. First break of structure, all are fake structure. Then according to 4 hour time frame, you just got a reaccumulation zone, kind of accumulation. Okay, so you got first break of structure over here, you got second break of structure, but first was over here, kind of this guy, kind of this one. And recently some good stuff happened, and we just break the structure again. It means that it was a kind of accumulation. You can clearly see over here, first second dbs were just shifting again and again, back and forth for longs and short, long and short. It means that short long makes sense to me again, because the last pushy bullish and it was accumulation, done with the accumulation phase, and now we are just waiting for a stage 2. It means that we have to bang boom upside, right? So 1 hour time frame, according to 1 hour time frame, um nothing cool. First second dbs, 2 db to us. Okay, that was 2 dbs. We know after the 2 dbs oftentimes price liquidate the 1 hour zone, because it's kind of my experiment. After 2 dbs price might liquidate my zone. That's fine, not a big deal with that shit. But we have to remember that this was the low according to 1 hour time frame. And we are just, let's get rid of all this, like this, like this. So okay, so according to self experience, that after the 2 dbs price may liquidate the low. So we have to keep that point in our mind. It means that we have to liquidate this low first, and then from here you can take for longs, right? So long makes sense after the liquidation of this one, because it's really important. Longs are fine, not that much bad. You can go with longs, but after the liquidation of the low. Okay, so let me get rid of my this shit. Yeah, let me get rid of my code, because it's kind of getting hot. Okay, so you can clearly see over here you have a quite good break of structure upsides, but it's kind of 2 db. You can clearly see over here there is a no snd. It means that there's no orders of institutions. We might liquidate this one. Okay, so be ready for the liquidation of this low, and after that you can take an entry at this snd also. Yeah, makes sense, not bad. Like this, you have to keep it at the 2.5. Yeah, tp1 and final tp, like this. Yep, so that was it. Long makes sense. You can take your entry at level of 6.29, stop loss at the level of 6.13, tp number 1 6.52, and tp number 2 a level of 6.83. Okay, and this liquidation is necessary, I think, so it will happen. Okay, so that's it. That was cyber for you. Let us know of Ethereum, doc. Will yeah, let's see what's up. Hi, doc. Hi, Murtala. I'm a big fan. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, bro. Not all the time, because that's market, but yeah, till now it's good. Thank you, bro. Hey, hey, how are you, gaming sir? Guess, yeah, we already discussed. We will discuss it again. Okay. No one can. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Storage, yeah, why not? We'll discuss storage. Dog the bull. Yeah, dog is the bull. But I'm not dog. I'm his manager, bro. Okay, so let's see. Cyber done with it. 100,000 pp. Let's see what's going on. 1000 pp. Okay, you can clearly see over here we are just kind of bearish, I think so. PEUSDT, it on the spot, it's have a lot of data. Nope, nothing cool. First shift for down, it's coming down like this. First shift down move like this, like this. Short makes sense. So or over here you can clearly see where we just shift upside, but yeah, nothing cool on this shit. According to 12-hour time frame, it's again down. Okay, 4-hour time frame, first down push, first up, first down push over here, and now price is just mitigating this one like this. So all our time frames are bearish, but kind of 4 hours shifted bearish. So this one is kind of bit risky. It will be risky for you, but long short makes sense to me. Yeah, it's kind of market is bearish, so yeah, it's good, not that much bad for you. Short makes sense, it's nothing cool, but pp will be really risky. Okay, so I will not never go with the pp, it's really risky. But a short makes sense like this. Entry a level of 11967, stop loss level of 12646. I think so we should make it a bit up as a 6%. Yeah, and you can take your TP level of 11241 and TP2 how 10322. Okay, so that was PP. Short makes sense for me at least. Hmm. Okay, so done with cyber, done with 1000 PP. Can we short Bitcoin? Nope, no, never. Solana, let's see what's going on Sol, because recently we just discussed that it was kind of overextended, but it just directly break the structure upside. So let's see what's happening on let me get rid of this one, let me get rid of this guy, let me get rid of. Okay, so kind of bullish for here. Okay, so according to 1 day time frame, kind of bullish over here first, and then second db over here we got over here price mitigating the SND, moving up, liquidity is still lying upside. Okay, according to 12-hour time frame, kinda we got first bullish push, after this one second bullish push, third, fourth, fifth, 6 dB. So 6 dB is non-cluster, it's really hard. Okay, so we may go for seventh. Okay, you can clearly see over here again we were just waiting for the liquidation of the lows, but forward shifted bullish. So one time frame only overextension did not matters to us that much, that's why we can go for longs. 1 2 3 4, last one not a cluster, it will liquidate definitely. So yeah, long makes sense level of this guy, this one, this one, this one, like this, like this, make it a bit up like this. Okay, make it a bit over here, it's wrong. Yeah, this scenario has a lot of potentials for the price to liquidate this one. Okay, so this one like this makes sense, and TP number 1 and TP2 and a final TP, this one then makes sense because we are willing for a liquidation of high. So that was it. Entry level of 60.7, TP number 1 63.3, TP number 2 a level of 65.7, or you can argue with this one also, and stop loss level of 58.864. Okay, so that was all. Overall I just shifted my bearish bias to bullish. Long makes sense to me. SSP. Okay, message. Okay, so Solana, that was it. Make sure to drop, yeah, NTR and okay. So if I wasn't wanted a guess, it's kind of ugly market this one like this. NTRN. Let's see if something presents itself good. I will go with it. NTRN USDT.p. It's a new bond baby, bro. Let's see. we have zero data on it. The future of this market is never ever decided till now. Okay, so that's why I just leave this one, and yeah, does not make sense to me. So bro, guess, let's see what's going on. Guess. Pass, not a bass, bro. Gas, okay. So recently we just discussed about gas again and again. We just replicate the same thing, and it's sometimes it work and sometimes it may ruin us. Okay, you can clearly see over here we just discussed and secured some good money on that guy. And then recently we just kind of, it was fake structure. We are just willing for fake structure and we are just going for that guy. And first, second, third DB, and price is just in a third DB over here. You can clearly see over here it just triggered my TP number one, but kinda not third also. Yeah, it's same thing, still we are in a 2dp. Okay, so yeah, same thing. Arms overall bullish for you, because we can clearly see over here, whenever price was over here we were discussing for longs, and now same thing happens again and again, and long makes sense to me. Okay, so if you want to take a re-entry, you can take a re-entry over here also, no problem, and take it for longs, right? So then you can take your TP number one over here then, or TP number two like this, and stop loss will be the same thing, because we are already in this one, secure some money and let the rest run. So long still makes sense to me, guys, overall not short. And same thing, the same recent webinar update is going perfectly, so just follow that one. I'm overall long on gas, right? Gas, bro, gaming XR, yeah, we just already discussed gas for you. You can clearly see over here, same thing, winning for the longs. If you take your entry re-entry, you can take your re-entry over here, and but the stops will be same because we are already in this trade, right? So that was gaming XR for you. And for bro, guys, done. Lunik, okay. I think so. It's only on a buy USDT pair. It's moving up. It was overextended and moving upside like this one. Okay, so what's going on a daily time frame? 1, 2 upside. Longs are still fine till, but we need some time frames to get it short. But short do not make sense to me till now. Over here you can clearly see over here we just yeah, over here we have a quite good bullish push number one over here. Then we have a second bullish push, but I think so it's not, or it is, yeah, it's a second, third, price mitigated, moved for 4, and right after that we're just going for 4 dBs cluster, going up. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and kind of last one was a cluster also. Okay, so it's kind of overextended. Okay, so according Lunik is not good to buy for a spot again, because already overextended, it might liquidate this guy. Okay, so the liquidation of this one will make a lot of sense, and if this one happens, then boom, it will just keep going down. Okay, so till now it's nothing cool on Lunik for me. That's why I don't have to analyze. DCA means dollar cost average, means yeah, Michael Chris knows. Dollar cost average. It means that in simple language, it means that you can take your entry number two. If price reach over here, you can take, or you can buy some again, or you can sell some again. Okay, so depending on the time of, depending on type of a trade. If the long DCA means you can take your entry number two. Okay, entry number two is simple. That was it. DCA. Done with it. So yeah, that was it for boom. That was Lunik, ugly, untidy to me. So ruin. Let's see. We already discussed that we are just waiting for the short, for the liquidations, but again and again, let me get rid of this one. We already did something. We need a liquidation, but it's nothing. It's doing nothing cool. So We just break the first, we just break the second, and it's moving upside. So let's see what's going on 1 day time frame. According to 1 day time frame, we're just in a reaccumulation, and we just discussed this guy for longs. Whenever price was over here, you can clearly see the result is in front of you. Okay, so we just discussed in this shit in recent webinars. Once, twice, third time overextended. Okay, so it's kind of overextended to me. And whenever some market is kind of bad, so simply just skip it. I do just skip the market. Why? Because if your bias is not matching that, just skip the market, because there are other millions of markets where you can take a trade. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm not waiting for 7, bro. Yeah, wait for a liquidation of this guy. If the liquidation of this guy makes a lot of sense, then you can take an entry at level like this and short makes it. Okay, so for now, same thing. I will wait for the price to shift itself bearish, and then on the retracements I can take some shorts. Okay, so first of all, the liquidation of this guy makes a lot of sense. If price liquidate this guy, so I will take an entry at the retracement. Okay, 6.265 is really important zone for sure. Liquidations. Yeah, matic done with it. Sand, yeah, we'll go towards sand. Okay, yeah, why not? Let's see. SQL and sand. Okay, cyber. My on entry for long on cyber is at level of 6.29. Okay, 6.294. Just replicate the chart, take a screenshot over here, and just take your TP entries and stop loss. Okay, so John, can we long soul the current price? I think so. No, we already discussed soul. No, from here I will not go with the long. Why? It just because it will affect my R, right? So let the price came over here, because it's kind of fine and it will give you some good RR. And just let the price came over here. If it price came over here, you can take an entry, right? So at the current price level, I will not go with the long. Okay, so that's why it's not kind of good to me for longs at current price level, just because it will damage my RR and the bottom line. That's why. So done with these shits. Matic, done with the Matic. We already discussed Matic, that it's moving upside whenever all other were short kinda, and it's same thing going upside. So just keep it for long, right? So that was Matic. Sand. Let's see what's going on. Sand. It's kind of good. Yeah, recently sand. Yeah, in our VIP, we just discussed about that whenever a price was kind of over here, and you can clearly see it's moving upside. Okay, so if anyone is kind of interested in a VIP group for signals, signal purpose on for SMC also, so he can join the group. Contact the doc. He will just kind of see you, because you will see all the insights like this shit, which will really help you. Okay, so at the spot, if you guys have some other markets, you will drop in the VIP, and we discuss that shit at the same time. Okay, so that's why it's kind of good to us, to you guys. And if someone does not wants to get into the VIP, so just avoid the VIP and enjoy the webinars, right? So the same thing according to that time frame, the same thing happens. First, kind of second, third, fourth. Okay, so let me get rid of this guy, because not it's kind of useless to me for now. And over here like this, TP, entry, stop, and kind of second, third, fourth. The fourth one is also cluster, so same thing as a dodge it is. Okay, so it's kind of bullish. Go for longs. It will go for longs, right? So sand is good. Yeah, this one makes a lot of sense, right? So I'm waiting for the longs, TP number one, and the final liquidation of the high. Okay, and much more. Or you can take it a bit like this. Yeah. kinda like this, like this. You can take your entry level of 0.4222, have final target level of 0.4336, and TP number one, I think so, and final type TP level of 0.4509. Okay, so stop loss level is this one, but I think so you should take it a bit down more, like this makes sense, because make it as a 1.5 hour makes sense, not bad. And this one, because I'm willing that if whenever price came over here, it will liquidate this one for a while, and after that, yeah, it was safe. We have some room for long, makes sense. Okay, so that was send. Done with send, bro. DSK, any trade, we just discuss all thing. Thanks, bro. You're welcome, bro. Shall we up AP, ARB, near? Yeah, we discussed all of them. We had discussed AP willing for the entry level of 1.44 TP number one, like this, and this same thing happens, and same thing is again same thing is happening over here, and it's coming down, so let it run and then it will move up, right? So that was AP entry level of 1.446, the entry to and TP level of 1.593, and TP2 a level of 1.777, stop loss level of 1.350. Okay, so that was ARB, AP, sorry. And ARB, we already discussed ARB for longs, for short, sorry. We discussed ARB is coming down, nothing cool to me, and let's try, let it run for shorts, right? So that was it. Yep, yep. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. All in, yeah, that was it. Thank you, doc. Still same bias for sand. Yours welcome, bro. Enjoy, right? So that was it, I think. So we should Rishi, we just did the sand. Okay, so SK, let's see if happens something good, then we'll discuss it, otherwise we'll skip it. I think so we should avoid this one because it's kind of illiquid market, right? So that's why we'll avoid this one. And I have taken long in AVEX, still stuck. Can you look? Yeah, why not AVEX? Okay, and in a real accumulation it was, and we're willing for the long. So hmm, it's going upside. So let's see. 3 dB is kind of overextended. At the same time, what's going on 4 hour time frame, because these two time frames are really important and really worthy for. Mm, first, second, third, fourth, fifth reaccumulation. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So it's really upside. It's really overextended, right? And according to this one, nah, bro. It will be better for you. Uh, it will be better for you that root soup. It will better for you to as soon as happens, just get rid of the long on AVEX. Okay, so I'm not going for long, I'm going for short. Okay, so I'm not going for long, I will be in short, like this. Above this one will be safe myself, and like this, and like this. Okay, so that's why I'm not good to go with AVEX long. Any point for dodge? Yeah, we discussed dodge. It's still an entry. You can clearly see over here, you can take entry at level of 0.08394, and you can take also a screenshot of this guy and just make it for you, right? Like this makes sense. TP number by level of 8579, TP2 at level of 8764, like this. Okay, so that was John, that was it. So RD, yeah, we discussed RD, that you can clearly see over here, it's have uh nothing, it has nothing to do. What you have to do with this move? Nothing. Obviously, just keep it, let it dump or let it go up. Okay, so there's not a clear buy for us on, or that's why we have to avoid it. I close FX things. You're welcome, bro. But I will not give you anytime the financial advice. It was just my advice. But if you are in no loss, then it will be good for you to close the FX. Okay. So that was some coins. I will not analyze the rest of them. Let's have a quite good educational, or you can see call it as a educational source. Okay, so let's drop some source for you, so anyone who is interested in learning something, so he can stay. Otherwise, I'm not going to analyze some other rest coins. Okay, so anyone who wants some analysis of the coins, so I'm just closing the coins analysis, and he can leave that. Okay, so in order to save his time or her time. So today's psychological no today's educational talk will be that whenever you got a break of structure, right? So there we got a break of structure, because kind of first thing, and we already discussed what's the break of structure, what's the change of character, and what's kind of S&D flip. We already discussed. So if anyone does not know how to identify a break of structure, he can check out our videos. Okay, so we already discussed this one. So whenever a structure breaks like this is called this is called basically impulse. We already know, we already discussed this one, and this is called retracement. Okay, so if someone does not know this technical, he can check out our videos. We already dropped this one. So whenever structure breaks, this will be impulse and this will be a retracement. Now it can do two to three things, right? First, it can, after boss, it can keep going upside, right? The second thing it can do is that the same thing, yeah, we know is what it will do. At the second it can do, it can come on the demand zone, and after that it will move up. And the third thing that it can do, it can break the structure and can keep going down. Okay, so these are all thing. Obviously price will go in two direction only, first up or second down. So you can clearly see over here, this two types are presenting itself for longs. It means that the point to be discussing is that where it was, oh yeah, over here. So the point to be discussed is that whenever you got a break of structure, I just said this shit again and again in my webinars and my in videos, that whenever structure is shifted bullish, rather than following the shorts from here, what you have to do, just keep going upside, because most of the time the price after the break of structure, price will keep going upside. Okay, so that's why whenever, let's suppose this is a 4 to 8 hour time frame or 12 hour time frame, because time frame does not matter to us, we already discussed why. So that's why in lower time frame, if something presents itself for longs, you can go for longs rather than following the shorts, right? So because most of the shit tons of traders, what they do, they just analyze all their shit in the high time frame, and in lower time frame, when they shift in lower time frame, they just throw the higher time frame analysis in a side, and in lower time frame they just kind of want to go with each and every move. If the overall context is bullish, they will force the short also in the long market whenever they got just this shit like this in lower time frames. Let me get rid of this one like this. Yeah, okay, so in lower time frame, whenever they got this shit, means this high time frame is bullish, lower time frame they got a short bearish. So what they will do, they will just try to keep continuing the short to reach over here for the demand zone, and then after that they want to long the price, which is completely dumb and useless. Okay, so that's why if something presents itself, whenever shift price overall is bullish and lower time frame, you got first break of the downside. But what you have to do, you have to wait for a price to keep going down and then present itself for long, then you can go for longs again, right? So that this thing is really important. It can take your analysis to a next level whenever you just skip the shorts in a long market and longs in a short market. So it can affect your bottom line, it can take your win rate upside. Okay, so that's why you have to remember this shit. It's really necessary, really important thing. Whenever structure in high time frame is bullish and you made a context for yourself is bullish, so what you have to do, you have to kind of don't force the shorts, in the long market, and I'm now replicating in every webinar for you guys the same biases. Okay, so anyone who is just following me from the start, from 2 to 3 months ago, so you can clearly see over here we have to go for longs rather than following the shorts. Okay, so that's kind of good technical for you, because 99 to 95% of the YouTube smart money is kind of dumb, because they does not trade the real type of footprints. So you have to identify, okay, so the because mostly the YouTube gurus does not trade the overextension. They do not know what's overextension. They do not know what's some models, how to make a high to low time frame. And not I'm not suing anyone, okay, but I think so. The kind of thing for smart money is that you have to make a higher to lower context, and you have to avoid this type of shits, right? So that's why I wanted to share this shit, because it was really important, and it will take your analysis in the next level if anyone who is interested in this type, right? STORGs, yeah, let's see what's going on in STORG. Storage. Okay, so I already does not did analysis on this one. It means that it's kind of useless to me. Okay, and I'm not going to do, also make some more videos on supply and demand like yours. Yeah, bro, Hassan. First of all, we'll make up some free videos on supply and demand zone. Hands down, it's really important, because you guys should know that how a supply and demand zone work. We'll make a proper video lectures on then that guy. But if we're just kind of starting our mentorship a bit days after, so if you are interested really that you want to know how the real smart money works, so what you can do, you can just simply join our mentorship. It's kind of paid. uh I think so, it's kind of $100 a month, but it's kind of really important if you guys want to trade or to take your analysis to the next level from beginning, because it's kind of really hard to have a mentor which will teach you from beginning. Okay, so you can join our mentorship also. That's fine, but otherwise, as a free, what we can do, we just have some patience. We'll drop some weight, some markets, and some supply and demands. Okay, so because we have a bunch of supply and demands, like advanced S&D, normal S&D, then we have some kind of fragile S&D, dog S&D, we have hidden S&D, we have a lot of much more S&Ds. Okay, most of those Audi does not have anything on that. Okay, so that's why I will just kind of say you that just avoid that market, might be good for you. Okay, so recently, uh, we just discussed Dodge for you, that it was a long over here, and long one makes sense to me. We just discussed Soul like this, where long makes sense to me at the level of that shits. We just discussed Bitcoin at this one, like this makes sense. We just discussed Sand for you guys also, like this. Long makes sense. You can clearly see over here we are in a profit, and we just discussed kinda KSM also, like this. You can clearly see over here we're in a good profit, and we're just letting it for shorts, right? So that was it for today's webinar, Dr. Sir. Yeah, token UDT. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, bro. I will just skip that market, which is not good to me, right? So yeah, finally, last token I will analyzing. Okay, token UDDT. It's on this one, UDDT. It's not, bro. Or I think so. It's token UDDT. It's not. And the fun stuff about behind the token, it can be disappear anytime. Okay, so I just Hamad Khan, I will just say you that you have to avoid the tokens, because it can disappear anytime and you can lost your money, because it's kind of a gambling thing. Tokens, it can disappear anytime because they do not have their blockchains. Okay, so it might be better to invest on coins. So token USDT. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think so. You were just waiting for this shit. Okay, waiting for down. I never tried this guy, right? Yeah, it will for shorts until this high is protected, right? So short makes sense to me, but it will be risky. Shorts are risky for me. It's kind of 10 to 11% non-leverage stop loss, so it's kind of not making sense to me, but it's fine. 11% you can go with 3x leverage, not more. Okay, so short makes sense to me until this high is not broken or break. Token utility, Hamad, that is for you. Token overall short makes sense, but it's 12% non-leverage stop loss, and kinda it will be really bad for you. So you can go with 3x leverage for shorts like this. Okay. Done it. So these were some markets which you guys just wanted me to analyze it, and just really it was really a perfect webinar, and just it was really enjoyable. You guys got idea about the future of some markets, because no one is perfect, but let's see what's going on these markets like that. Okay, so just get into your markets. All right, thank you, you're welcome. Just get into your charts or your markets, just analyze it accordingly. I just discussed with them in this webinar. So that was it today for today. Take care, bye.